Okay. Back to this. We end it here.
Anybody else out there?
Not that I can see. I'll start the recording, okay? When you're ready.
I'm sorry?
I'll start the recording when you're ready.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
That's what,
Yep.
it should still be on the computer.
I know. So, when I first started taking the old one, trying to understand
Yep,
where they had these numbers coming from,
yep.
I needed to jump in because I knew I was going to have to figure it out. So now I figured out that the sheet we needed was this one, because this is how we break out. See, on this one, they broke out residential from the other things.
Yes.
It's like, what the heck?
Yep,
Which isn't on here.
right.
So that's how they get them. It's out
Yeah,
of
this is
here.
this just shows, the revenue shows the total.
Yeah. So here they are. This is this
Where'd that come from?
residential. This is on our assessor's website.
Oh,
This
this is
got
the
approved
assessor's
in
site.
November.
Aha,
And
that
the
makes sense.
the value, oh, did I already look at this and forget what I looked at? Yeah. Values. So this value was as of November. This is the value I use to figure out what is the tax rate. Because it's,
Yeah, that's the most recent version. So this
we might have still.
was done, we had 225, we still had last year's
Yeah.
valuation.
So, but, oh, so am I still screwed up? I think I am. So I knew that some numbers got changed a little bit last night. So here's that budget number, which is line 20. And we know.
You're on the revenue?
Yep. We know that we intend.
The tax levy number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's that, which changed from the last one you put in.
I might
Right.
still be screwed up. Okay,
At
what
least,
have I done here? So what I thought I needed to do is take line 20
Yep,
and take out the free cash. Because I'm trying to get the tax rate. So I took line 20, took out the free cash, took that
when you
number.
say the free cash, you mean what we talked about, what we agreed to last night, like the $28,000?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that was a question I have.
Mhm.
On our expense report. So we've always seen the 25,000 library in
Mhm.
there. Will that disappear for this coming? Or is that
what
still going
will
to show up?
happen,
Is that going to still show up on the expense report?
will still be on the expense report. It's just going to be paid for out of free cash.
Yeah, so how does that how
So-
does that show up on the
So-
revenue?
on-
this?
So the free cash part is,
Okay, it's
down
under the free
here.
cash, that last section.
yeah,
Okay. Okay, so we'll see, we'll see a line here to reference the library
mm-hmm,
and those two other accounts,
yeah,
the two temporary accounts.
right.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
So
Okay,
I'm still trying to
but
understand.
our budget stays the same,
Yes.
all right?
So this number, line 20, says this is our tax levy, but what we chose to do is take out some of this and put it out of free cash. So I took this number, I subtracted the, where did I do that? I subtracted the 28,410 separate expenses that we're going to,
Yep.
from free cash. So then I got a new number there, and that new number is this. And that's what's coming, that's what's the levy part.
Okay, 5320.
So I was looking at line 20 and changing it downward.
5320. Okay, because last night's version was 5309, right? 5308? Because the levy capacity went changed. So the total tax levy changed to 5308,860.
5,348,860.
No, 308.
Why did you take out 40,000?
I didn't take it out. This is the most recent. This is the version that that Becky sent us yesterday. What does that date say?
This one, yeah, 5/12. But
Yeah,
this is the first printout, I believe. Okay, so
oh,
let
yeah.
me.
Yeah, she did say she had to. Yeah, you got to do the one.
Did you print out the first one she gave you?
No, I printed out the second one.
Okay, let me. Now
I hope.
Let me.
That was my intention.
That is.
Let me just double check.
Use these. Here we go. Use these revenue. Oh, don't do that to me. This open.
It's titled "Use These."
Yeah, and that one.
5:51 p.m.
Yeah, but see on line 20.
Yeah.
It's 5,348,860.
Oh. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at line 23, the total tax levy.
And I'm looking at line
because
20.
Line 23 is what's used to do the tax rate. Line 23.
Oh, I see, overlay. Well, so my note. Oh, that says line 20.
Yes, that's why we have a $40,000 difference. It's because of the.
But mine says you go to line 20 and divide it by the total value.
That's not my understanding.
Okay, so wait a minute.
There's
one more piece.
It's line 23, the total tax levy.
Yeah, so what does the overlay thing do? Okay, now. I see why you're saying that, and I don't know. I circled it when she said it. I wrote line 20, and this line 20, and I said divided by line 7. So what will the overlay do? It does seem like you have to have that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my understanding. That's how we get to 2261. That was our tax rate for fiscal year 21, right? It was 2261.
Yeah, but where do you? Okay, so you're taking on that case.
5109.
Yeah.
5109 643 to 225 990 400.
Divided by.
Oh, I haven't seen one of those in a while.
I know. 225 990 400. Oh, fuck you. Oh.
I can handle it.
We're on tape.
Well, bake might not. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's try this again. Let's see. It was, you take a little number.
5109 643.
Yeah.
Divided by 225 990 400. 2261.
Why is it giving you? It's giving me 0 because I think I have to.
Oh, the zeros will be in a different place.
Yeah, no, it's just giving me nothing.
It's not giving you any. Oh, well, maybe it's
I mean, is it the other way around?
No, that was the right way. Maybe it's because it's less than 0, you know, it's a fraction. It's a fraction on
okay,
here.
I'll put a
Maybe this
decimal in
doesn't
it.
do a fraction?
Let's see, so I want to do, well, I can move it. Try it there.
Twice, yeah, are they giving more decimal places?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Yeah, you need more decimal places to get there.
Okay, 5-1. 5109, 643 divided by 225,990,400. Yeah, so that didn't work either.
Well, I have a calculator
You
here
can,
too.
yes,
That helps.
yeah.
So I could do 5109. I'll just move those over that way.
Yeah.
That doesn't cause any trouble. Okay. So 5109, 643 divided by 225, 990, 400 equals 22.61.
Okay.
But it's like, it's in decimals, it's 0.02261.
Yeah.
And you multiply that by 1,000,
Right.
1,000 to get the 2261.
Okay. So now I got to start this again. So I got to go to this line. I need a little more light too. Okay, so I need 5308. Thank you. 5308, 860 divided by 227.
Yeah. The hidden money that's been stolen from the taxpayers.
78. It's recording, Dave. 3. Oh, fuck.
You've already got a couple of curses on there too.
Yeah, already.
So we're,
What did I do yesterday? So you'll need to do that. I haven't figured out what this machine is doing wrong for me. So then we need to figure out the true tax rate.
yeah, I came up with like 2321.
Okay, and I was using 2337, so that makes sense. We take out 47.
Yeah, because if I
40,000,
take,
and so
we take that,
23.
and we take the 53, what was that, 860.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm still back. I'm still out. So we take 530.
Oh, I think it's an 860.
860.
And then
And then we
subtract
take out the-
28,
Yep. Okay.
28.
4, 8, 2. We take that out, and then we divide it. Then we
Yeah.
have a new number. Okay.
Yeah, so that would be 5308, 5308.
252. 5 million.
Minus, would you say 28?
28,410.
410. So it gives us a 52,8450.
Yeah.
Is that what you have?
Yeah.
Wow.
And now we divide that.
80,450 and divide that by
This number.
227.
Yep. 227,578.
78.
443.
443. That'll add up to 2321. 23 point, that's 2320.
20. Okay. That's the tax rate.
Yeah,
Then we do this number.
and by,
Tax
let me
rate.
think. This could change a little bit more.
Well, let's,
And the reason I say that is like even the most recent cherry sheet that just came out yesterday, last night,
yeah,
is a little bit different.
right.
So that's
So
gonna,
at some point you just plunge in and you say, and so
Yeah.
one of the things, this should say projected on here.
yeah.
We should fix that
Yeah,
wording.
so 0.6. So the rate, the 0.6, 0.59, 0.59. So as of right now, the rate is about 2.6% above
Okay.
last year's,
Crazy money. We spend all that time. Never mind.
last year's final.
Right. Okay. So now we need the tax revenue, which is 213,174,059 times 0.02320. This is the revenue. So this number is 4,945,638. Okay, and then these added up to this amount. I'm going to take out this number. And I'm going to say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 1 times 0.02320. This amount is 286,417. Okay, because they broke it down on this sheet. And so that's the breakdown. Now, the residential sources are, this is FY 22, 4,945,638, and these are 286,417. All right. And then they did the local receipts without the pilot number, so they started getting these back on here. They must be right here. Okay. So we don't have this right. We're gonna fix that. Did you just say, oh, we need to know the budget increase over last year, and then this number is fixed up. 4 million.
I'm looking for that. You found,
945.
you found this form on the assessor's page?
Yeah, 8. I'll show you where it's go up. It's up in a box of stuff.
This box here.
Okay, so here's the yeah, no, there. Access the presentation.
Oh,
Okay, so that's that number, and this number is 28, and then it goes off here. Oh, stop it. 286, comma 417, and then I got the local receipts. Did I get that number out? I did. Where did I get that? Local receipts. Oh, I did it over here. Okay. And I have that number, and then I have the pilot, and then we're going to use a state aid one. So yeah, that's the one.
mm-hmm.
And I was able to see how that was constructed, and this number happens to just be different because that was in November of 21.
Yeah.
And so that's what I used. I Oh, I. Well, so I'm
So this is gonna
screwed
be
up
different
again.
because this will be 227, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I don't have a place to account for that. I don't know where that sits. I don't know
Yeah, so
who.
Kevin would probably need to get us,
Uh,
Kevin would have that,
I still didn't get it right. Yep.
right?
Yeah, let me email him. Shoot. Oh, what is the difference? Is it 11? Oh, is it this? Is it, is the difference, where would it be? New growth?
Not necessarily.
Is it 10,000 different? No, 225 and 227.
Yeah, it's like 2 million. Almost 2 million difference.
But that's.
I don't think we
this
can,
is
I don't
the-
think we can sort it out from that revenue, from
Right.
that, I think. Because it really depends on
Okay,
how each individual class changed.
yeah.
Like, commercial could have changed differently from residential, from,
See, one of the things
you
that
know what I mean?
one of the things
And it
I-
probably did because we've got the solar, maybe more of that's,
But I thought something about this was that these numbers are based on a year ago. That's why I thought we could use those, but because they don't match, I don't know what that means. So I just have to send them an email.
yeah, and I thought, I asked the question last night whether we were likely to get another update on valuations before town meeting. And I heard yes from Becky,
Yeah, but
like early June. She
But-
talked about early June.
this is something that we need to make a report,
Yeah,
and it has to be available to the people in the audience, and that all has to happen at a certain amount of time ahead of where we are.
yeah.
So
And
you
whatever
just
the,
draw
whatever
the
the, yeah,
line.
whatever the information is at that time, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so now what am I asking? Property
Yeah,
value,
so, yeah, right
property
now,
class values,
yeah,
right?
the overall is 227, 578, 443. So how does that break down by residential, industrial, commercial, personal?
Okay, that number is, where is it again? 227, 578, 443. Commercial. Stop it. Okay. Okay. All right, I don't know what's going on. What does this do? Nobody's on here, right? Said that you get some sort of signal.
Yes, you get a message saying, Yeah,
Okay.
you would
so
get something.
I heard a little dink. I didn't know what the dink was.
Mhm.
Okay. So there we go. And when we're on another screen, it's still doing this, right?
Yeah, as long as that light is on,
Okay.
as long as that light is on, that's showing that we're,
Right. So I'm editing this report. This is what's on the screen for the public, and we're doing that. Okay. So let's go back to the report, which is over here. So this is still not right. This is not 230. This is now
227,
20.
578.
220, and it's 227578443.
Yep.
Okay, and Kevin will give us the breakdown, and then these numbers will still be different.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, and then free cash reserves. That number we know will be just a simple.
Just over 700,000
Do what?
as of,
Oh, no, just, this is the using the revenue. This is what's supposed to balance our budget.
okay, so you're
So
going through
this
that
is,
spreadsheet. Yeah, the free cash.
yeah, I'm working on that sheet. Okay, so this is
Oh, as far as revenue sources.
Yep.
So right now that would be
28.
28.
28 for 10. Okay. And then the PAP, that thing is the same, and the total revenue. So now in the first line.
Did you say you did get a okay, that came right off the pilot, that 336 came right off of the revenue
Yeah,
document, yeah.
it's right in here, receipts.
Oh, I had a change. Local receipts, I don't match up with what you have on here.
Well, that one, yeah, so I just.
Did you have 15,000 to yours? Because right here you have 240,100 for local receipts.
I pulled, no, this is old. These are the old
Okay,
numbers, right?
where's your newer one? Where,
I print it even? I didn't even
Yeah.
print it out. So I'm
But
working
yours-
on it on
yeah,
the screen.
okay, but you have 240,100 for
Yeah,
local receipts.
I think I'm wrong. So
Yeah, you're
I
off by
broke it in.
15,500, so you missed.
Well, wait a minute. So what I just went back and did local sources 591,600, and I took out 336, which is the pilot. So that should be oh, I don't even want to hear you. 255,600 plus 336. That should be, yeah, 591,600.
Yeah, but your number in there for local receipts.
Yeah, I took that out.
240.
I took that
And it
out.
should be 255.
Yeah.
600.
So now this is the new sheet, because that old sheet is so,
okay.
so far off.
Okay, so you have an update.
So I have it there.
Okay.
And then I use this aid figure, which is the state aid net.
Okay, that residential taxes, that's an estimate, right?
Yeah, we should also say
That
this up
4
here.
million point, that's
We
an
should
estimate.
say estimate in this title. Oh, I
Because-
thought I already
because we need
fixed
to get
this
that
once.
we need to get that from Kevin, what that is.
Estimated. Budget expenses and revenue. So, yeah, this number keeps changing because we keep coming up with better ideas.
Which number are you?
Sorry, this one here, I'm gonna take it out. Where's my cursor? No swearing, no swearing, no swearing. Okay,
I'm sorry, I'm not sure where you are.
this we're gonna take out because this is still wrong.
Yeah, we're gonna get that from Kevin, whatever that should be.
Yep. And this one is still wrong because this is the residual amount outside
Yep.
of residential. So we take that out.
We know what they add up to, we just don't know what the
Yeah.
breakdown is.
And then that's local receipt. Okay, so what we could do is we could probably go up here to total budget. We
Yep.
must know that.
Yeah, yeah, we get that.
Okay.
Until that's the, well, it's gonna change a little bit, but right now that's 6628, 523. it'll probably go down by 1,000 because of that issue with,
Conscom Planning Board?
yeah,
Okay.
that'll reduce it by almost 1,000.
Okay, but we could, and we can figure out the increase over FY '21, which is something we,
Yeah, it's gonna be like,
so can you do that math?
0.4%. But let me get, let's see, 628.
Do you need the calculator screen?
Whoops. There you go. 628. By 601. .4%, 0.41%.
How could they end up with the operating expenses being lower than the revenue last year? So should you compare revenue projections to the,
I'm sorry?
there's two numbers here.
Yeah, one's revenue, one's expenses.
And this is the past year. So why aren't
No,
these
that's what-
matching?
There's a gap of $600. Yeah.
So when you
Well, none of
compare,
these, actually, none of these are all the
Yeah.
way up.
so when you compare the two, you should compare these two, right? You shouldn't
Yeah.
compare this one.
Right, and that's what I.
Oh, you just
that's what I
did
did. So it's
600, not 601.
0.4%
Okay, 0.4%.
increase, 0.41% increase.
41% increase, okay. And then we're gonna work on that. And then,
So that's a,
so here's another,
that's a, we really didn't touch on that, but we basically have a flat,
yeah, but things got moved around because all of the savings from the school get sucked into this budget.
yeah,
And so
that's
That's
yeah,
something
that's a good point.
and this has been going on for multiple years. So, you
Yeah.
know, and part of the
Well, on the other
point,
hand, the school is, what, 60-something% of the budget, so in order to really have an impact, the school's probably gonna have to be part of that.
yeah, it just that, we are being hammered, people are insisting that we lower the taxes and that we negotiate with the school, and we are, and it has reduced the tax burden.
Yeah,
It has, because that's the kind of increase that we have.
right.
Okay, so now I wanted to do state aid provides about X% and taxes about X%. I just wanted it, not a big detailed number. So, so now we have so the number we're going to use for all of our discussion for budget is going to be, this is the revenue, we're done with that. Now we're on 2, 3. That's revenue. Oh, did I showed it to you? So here it is.
Sorry.
6, no, that's all right. 6, 2, 8, 5, 2, 3. Okay, and now we're gonna say of that, the state aid. This says state aid's about 10%. Wow.
That's a big difference from 20%.
Yeah, so
double
what have
check
I
here.
done right or wrong here? I'm using,
Oh, that's just,
it does look like 10%. So, no, it's more than 10, but not a lot more than 10. 10% would be 6.6. And this
there's
is
two
704.
sections, there's the 707 plus the 591, that's all. Oh, no, never mind.
I
Never
did
mind.
net,
Never
net
mind.
state aid.
707,
Here's the net state aid number. Oh,
That's what you used?
Yeah, it's actually
So
changed
state aid.
already. Okay, 7.
707,
So we should use net state aid, right? Yeah, and it's different than it was. It was 704, now it's 707. Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, so how did they come up with 20%?
No, I don't know where I got that.
Well, no, I see it right here. That was on the,
That's my draft.
you put that in there.
Mhm.
Oh,
And I can see why it isn't, because tax revenue and then state aid and then local receipts.
okay, so you added that.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Okay. No, you're right. It's just over 10, should be just over 10%, 12% or something like that.
Yeah, so can you
Calculate that?
Yeah, so we're using the 707 number.
Okay, 707, 638. 707, 638 divided by 6628,
Yeah.
523.
Mm-hmm.
8, 523. 10.7%. Or
So we'll call it
11%.
11%.
Yeah.
Okay, and then can you take what the tax revenue is, which is this number. So there's the budget, here's the levy. It's 5308 860.
Okay.
And net state aid is 638.
One thing on this, well, it's going to be less. It's going to be that 5280, 40 because of the 28,000. Remember, we had to subtract 28,410 from that 5308.
Okay, so
right?
this number
So
was
it's 5280, 40.
52.
Well, wait a second, I'm missing the decimal point. 5280.
Where did I write that down? Here it is. It's this one. It's 5,280,450.
5,280,450.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And this could be Kevin's answer.
That beep, was that one of your things?
Yeah.
That wasn't the Zoom thing.
No, and it's not Kevin. I don't even know what Kevin's up there today. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the number you're using that to do what?
Okay,
To do
so now the levy, this is out. It's again 5. I'm trying to do percentages. Let people know what percentage is coming from aid, what percentage is coming from taxes, and I'm not doing local receipts. I don't see that we need to, or we could. 28523.
Yeah.
And
So
what percentage is that?
80% is from
No, it is 80%.
from the tax levy.
Okay, so then we can estimate that that's 91. So the local receipts come in around 9%. Is that right?
Is that the only other item? As of right now, free cash. There'll be a free cash item in addition to that.
Yeah, but
So that would add that 28,000 from free cash.
so actually, what I was really trying to do is just compare us and the outer world. Us includes our free cash, our tax levy, our local receipts, but the state is kicking in 11%.
Yep.
And I just think we should keep that going. And like last year, they did better than that. Actually, because
Yeah, so local estimated receipts plus, that's most of it, but then there's another 28,000 from free cash
yeah,
as of right now.
So, but if we just look at these two amounts, 80% and 11%, then we can say, and the rest comes from local receipts and free cash.
Yep.
And that's 9%.
9%. Let me just confirm that better. 591.
And that's over here.
592.
And here we go.
And 28 equals divided by. Yes. 592. Equals divided by 6629. You had 9%.
Okay.
There's also that septic repair that, the revenue coming back from
Well, yeah.
that $20,000 there.
Well, that's still local receipts, I think. I don't know who sends us that money. Do you know who sends us that money?
So this is part of the loan. I think it would be through us, through our loan.
So this is a document that is both in the annual report and available to townspeople. If it doesn't have broad strokes for townspeople, it's kind of useless.
Yep.
And it's not the only document that's our archive, because the actual budget thing goes into that archive. So that's why I'm trying to figure out what sentences are resonate with people. What
Yeah.
sort of sums it up?
Right.
Because these separated numbers, residential taxes, commercial, that can have some resonance if somebody says, wow, we mostly have residential taxes. No, yep, that's true. And then the local receipts and the pilot being separated out, those are not significant to the average person on the street.
Well, the pie chart sort of gets people. They look at that pie chart and they say, oh, look at that. It's
Right.
like 3/4 of this is
Right.
is property, is me and my property taxes.
Right,
The next big chunk is state aid,
right,
and then
Right.
there's pilot, and there's local receipts,
right, Yeah.
and then there's other property, there's commercial, industrial, and
right.
personal
So-
property taxes.
So that's that's a visual.
This is what I think people.
Right, but yes, and visuals like that speak to some people, and a sentence like this speaks to other people, and they reinforce each other. So I'm adding this, I'm thinking we should add this sentence.
There's two ways. Is add the sentence, either add, or you could put percentages with each one of these, each one of these things.
Okay, it could be that. So this is our designing of the report.
You want to make it, you don't want to make it any busier than it needs to be. That's, the document.
Yeah, so do you feel you prefer this box up here, which is pretty broken down, it breaks
Yeah.
into pieces,
Yeah.
without this sentence, and just put the percentages
Yeah,
by the pie graph?
I'm not sure you need that sentence. I think,
Okay.
because I think the pie chart will resonate with most people, and if there's a concern about numbers, then we can put the percentages, we can put percentages with those numbers.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna skip this sentence and put percentage. I do think percentages are better than just a pie.
Yeah.
It's funny, this looks under less than 80%, right?
Oh, it is, it's almost,
Well, ours
wait a
is
second, wait a
80%.
second, wait, no. Wait a second, what did we come up with?
No, we came up with 80% and 11%, and then the rest was 9%. Just doing math, but
No, taxes is 89. But that includes, it's 89%, including all the taxes. 80% is what you plugged in there just as a placeholder.
yeah, no.
You did that as a placeholder.
Okay, but,
And then, but it's 89.
but see,
his taxes-
this is 75. This is less than 75. So
Yeah,
how
yeah,
did it
no,
go
no,
up
no,
to
no, no,
89?
no. Well, you take this plus this piece,
Oh, okay. No,
the red, because.
okay. Oh, yeah.
Because
Okay.
they broke it out,
Okay, and so now you,
but that's still not 89.
right, I don't, okay, so it's this number, 5280450 divided by 6628523 equals 79, and that's where you called it 80. You can do it on your calculator. It was 79 point something and you called it 80, so I'm not sure where you got 89.
I got 89 by taking this and dividing it by total revenue.
So is
So
this,
5350,
wait a minute, where were you getting 5350?
or,
Isn't it
I'm sorry,
5,
whatever we came up with.
280,
Yeah, we changed that.
450?
We changed this, let me update this one too. 5,
280, 450.
450.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do it here. 5,280, 450 divided by
6628
28
523.
523, 80%.
Yeah, it's 79 something,
Yeah,
so we
okay.
called it 80. I'm not sure what your 89 is, but that makes more sense compared to last year,
Yeah.
see? If we call it, if we look at this as a graph that informed us in last year, we're only increasing a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's at 80%.
Hmm.
And that's why this is so dangerous, because there's so many numbers to look at.
Oh, wait a second. This is how we did this. We started with state aid, and state aid is 11%.
Mhm.
And then I think
Oh,
I
you
just
just
I
did
just
the
plugged
math,
in, I just
but
plugged
yeah,
in
you didn't do the
a,
local receipts, and you didn't think about the local receipts. You just went to
Yeah, but
100% by
but-
11, and 89 is 100.
yeah, but they did a 2080,
No, I just put that out there.
as an example.
Right,
Oh, okay.
so-
So I just started with 11, and I thought, okay, it needs to add up to 100. That's why I
Right.
came with the 89.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
can use, this is their actual last year's. This is me
Yeah.
drafting this.
Yeah.
And trying to get some numbers onto it so that I could see how to pursue the numbers.
Yeah,
And so that sentence was confusing because it wasn't.
yeah, because it's only two elements of, there's another 9%. So if taxes are 80%, there's another 9% that's these other items.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this one, we're saying it's a balanced budget. So we go back to using this 6 million. 628, but we haven't got all the numbers nailed down yet. 523, and then we use the pie graph with percentages, and then we come over to here. So we're still nailing down. So we do know the tax rate. We think we have that, which is 2320. Yeah, 2320 tax rate. FY 22, 2320. Okay. And we don't know the breakdown because we don't know how we got to this bigger number than what's on this chart. Okay, I get it. Still need res, commercial, categories, industrial, personal property, industrial, personal property, breakdown for this number, which is 227, 227, 758, 578, 443, 443, to figure revenue by categories. Okay, so we know that. That's how far we got. Use pie chart with percentages, and I think we're ready to start the narrative. Oh, let's look at that box. The box. Estimated tax rate. So now this changed. It changed to here. Oh yeah, right. Backspace 2320, right? 20. Okay. And current tax rate is blah, blah, blah. And state aid estimated reduction of 16,000, I believe. Is that right? That is on here. State aid net estimated reduction is 16,000. Okay, here comes the part where we go, do we do Ks or do we do infinite numbers without the pennies? What do you think?
I'm sorry?
So should this be, so the loss in state aid is this, 16,415. Should we just say 16K? Should we call it?
Yeah, the one thing about that, I think whatever we do,
Mhm,
it should be consistent
mhm.
throughout the presentation.
Yeah,
So like, right here, we've got all these, the full numbers.
yeah. Well,
So I
but
think,
we actually, I hate how these things.
because I think it needs to be, for people that easily follow this,
Mhm.
it's easier if everything is consistent as far
Yes,
as.
but when
we're-
people talk numbers, it's stupid to talk down to the dollar because people
Yeah.
can't follow such a big damn number. I mean, the
Yeah.
point is, so then this as a historical record versus, actually, this is a presentation. This is a summary. The actual numbers are also in the annual report because they're here. So if we put a sentence up here for ease of, I don't know, numbers have been rounded to the nearest thousand.
Yeah, usually the way I typically do that is parentheses and then just
Rounded to the
rounded
nearest.
2,000, rounded in thousands.
Okay, I think we
Numbers,
should do
our
that.
numbers are in thousands, numbers in thousands,
I
or
think-
dollars would be dollars in thousands.
Okay, and so then do you use the K or no?
Yeah, I mean,
I think.
the way I do it, and this is just, I mean, this, in how business translates to
Right.
what we're doing here, I would just put dollars, a dollar sign and K in parentheses.
Uh-huh, and is it rounded?
And then everything is, so if you have a 500, that means 500,000.
If you have, if you have a 500, you round it up to the next 1,000.
Yeah, if it's 500,500,
Mm-hmm.
we'd round it up. If it's 500,400,
Right.
it would be 500.
Okay, so I believe we need to do this. It drives me crazy. I mean, even when we're talking this and people are telling you a number, it's like,
Yeah.
well, first of all, I say use the line. But so if we
Yeah,
say
well,
dollars
you're a lot
rounded
closer
in-
to towns and numbers and what people get with numbers within a town. You know that better than I would, and what works. It just looks like the history here is that they like to get they just go right down to the.
but we can understand the mission, and we talked about this a little bit last time. This is part of how you communicate to people that come to town meeting. It's also a record, but now that I'm thinking about these are in the record, we don't really need to mix those missions. We can have this one as the one we talk to people with.
Yeah.
And it might be a change,
Mhm.
but we don't have to get hysterical about all
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah, just as long as in the parentheses, it's clearly, it says, okay, numbers are in thousands.
Okay,
Thousands of dollars.
so for that reason, you don't think we need to have a K there? I kind of think we do.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with putting a K in there. And I think that might help people if they see a 590, so we're only spending $590.
Yeah.
If there's a K there, it might get
Right.
them thinking more.
And so
About-
I'm gonna fix
Okay, it's
these
really
numbers.
590,000.
6. Somehow this has a, and of course, I couldn't figure out where they got their tabs from.
Oh, gosh, yeah, the word, that's Word, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, how to
and
use
then
these
this
Word
is,
documents.
this can be a K. Oh, yeah, mhm.
I think it was Wheezy that did most of the, I don't know if she put these charts together.
Yeah,
For some reason,
So
I think she was in the middle of a lot of this.
and actually, there's a year that I worked with Russ, and we made this format.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember what we did, but I can just tell you from a season of being on the FinCom, I find it not helpful to not recognize this problem and deal with it.
You mean having too many
Too many digits.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I've always used condensed versions.
And I can tell you that some people are going to be worried about this, and we just need to reassure them that's okay.
I mean, the bottom line for all of this is what's going to resonate with the audience?
Yes.
What does the audience?
What can they follow along with?
What works best for the audience?
Right,
What makes it easiest for them to take this in?
right. You want them to follow along, and when people's eyes glaze over because you're doing all the digits, then you haven't accomplished your mission.
Yep.
Okay. What's going on there? Okay. And then we could have this all the way out, or we could also, these two numbers could be all the way out, or we could just stay consistent. And
Which when you say these two numbers, I'm sorry, where are you?
Yeah, the budget and the revenues. We might as well just go to K.
I just think you need to be consistent.
Okay.
Or we should be consistent,
Okay.
because if you're using different formats, or that's where there's going to be,
Right.
that's where there's going to be misunderstanding.
Yeah, you're right. Right. Okay. We should have a line here.
Dollars. Yeah, it's not, I don't know if I use the word rounded up there. Dollars are in thousands. I don't think you need to say, I don't think you need to use the word rounded.
Okay, let's see, I need to do
Dollars and thousands.
Control U. Okay. Okay. All right, that is that. It looks crookedy to me. Does it look crookedy to you?
Yeah, but somebody that knows how to work in
There.
Word documents,
Okay.
they'd whip that together, whether it's Wheezy or
Yeah, but I
I don't know who else.
think we,
I don't know, does Becky,
Okay.
does Becky work with?
now, there's
All right.
the whole thing about, what is this, PC and the Apple.
And I could play around with it.
I think,
I could try and play with it.
I think that's going to be, that looks okay to me now. And we have a couple numbers up here to fix.
Yeah, there's a way to set the tab. You can set the tab there so they all line
Yeah.
up just
right,
really precisely. But I
right,
think the eye does pick up when it's not quite right.
yeah, okay. So then we're on to the narrative, I believe. Oh, no, I was checking that box and I don't know that I got everything in the little box. The little box says estimated tax rate.
23.20.
Yeah, what did okay, so I didn't put in the, okay, I do have a number here. Come on, get into the box. Where's the cursor? Here it is. I have a number for here. Okay, so should this one be all the way out or do Ks on this one?
For
This box.
yeah.
See right here?
I
Go with a
I
K?
think I'd stay consistent.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So you just,
we're
it'll
doing,
be 223 or whatever the number is, 227,
first I gotta get
K.
oh, okay, wait a minute. What is, oh. Brain freeze. It's, to get the tax rate, it is this number,
Yeah,
5,
the total tax levy.
but
Yeah.
it's that without the free cash, so it's 5,
Yeah, that's right.
2,
Yep.
8, 0,
Yep.
K.
Exactly.
And
And
then,
then it's 227.
do you want this one reduced to K?
To keep
Okay,
it consistent.
yeah, okay, K,
227, 578 K.
okay. And then it's, current tax rate 20, no, oh, right. And that equals a tax rate of, I think we say tax rate equals tax rate, right? There's no identifier of what it is. Oh, it is, it's up here, estimated tax rate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we don't need to say tax rate down there. And then we should probably put this on a different line. Okay. And do we do what the increase is here? Do we want to, I'm sorry, I keep doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Do we say increase?
Yeah, I think the rest of that, people are going to say, okay, it's 22 or 23. How does that compare with the current rate? They're going
Okay.
to want to.
So can you
They
do
wanna
the
get a sense.
percentage? You want it in a percentage, right?
Oh, in a
Or-
percentage. Okay, I did. Yeah, I think it's 2.7% increase.
Oh, yeah, I think that's what you said,
But
2%.
let me just double check. So that's
7.
5.9. Count
Can't believe he,
5.9 divided by
and we'll go back to
22.61.
the Zoom screen and see if there's any messages.
I'm sorry, 2.6%.
Okay. I don't
Increase.
see any messages. Okay, so go back here. 2.6, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm remembering that we're on tape. All of that.
Hmm?
We only ended up at 2.6% increase and we're allowed at 2.5.
That's the 2.5 is where, that's up in this area here with the,
Let me
as
just,
far as the overall levy.
so is there a
That's up-
relationship
that's up in
between
this-
Prop 2.5?
That's up, what,
Is
yeah,
there,
so, yes, that falls into this part of the equation up in here, that 2.5%.
I know, and then because we had the excess levy
Yeah,
capacity,
so if we look
in
at,
the end,
another way to
the
look at
net
that,
increase is 2.6.
yeah, another way to look at that is, no, so that's not the 2.5%, that's a different 2.5%. It's close. But if we look at, okay, here's what I'm looking for right here. Percent change in tax rate.
Mm-hmm,
These are the changes over the last 20 years.
mm-hmm,
There's 11% reduction,
mm-hmm,
15, 16%
Okay.
reductions. His,
Mhm,
there's an 8.5% increase. There's a 7.4% increase.
Okay, so yeah,
So they're all over the place.
right.
2020 was a 3.2% increase.
Mhm. Okay,
So,
so,
and then, so this is going to be important when the update,
mhm,
because the percent change in the town budget's only going to go up 0.4%,
mhm,
and then the tax rate's going to be 2.6%
mhm,
increase.
mhm.
And then how does that compare with history?
Yeah, right,
That's right here.
okay.
So these are the charts they used, those charts that they had for last year's, reference documents.
Uh-huh. Yep,
So I think these are the ones we talked about last week,
So
is maybe
actually, right.
updating these.
so that's okay. So, in terms of trying to get a task done that has to be approved, this has to be approved. This is extra work for us to get done by I bet June 1st.
Yeah,
Because they have to go online.
Yeah.
All that information should be online for the information session.
Yeah, these are supporting
Okay.
documents.
All right. And so here we say, this is where this discussion started.
And this is where, and where did the change come from? The budget stays flat. So the difference is we used a lot of free cash last year that we haven't. So that's the difference. That's the difference between,
Yeah, that's why the tax rate had to go up.
last year there was no increase or it was a reduction. It was a reduction in tax rate
Well,
last year.
This one is not available, so I think
Well,
they didn't,
when they printed this.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's 2020. They didn't
Yeah.
even have this.
Yeah, but it ultimately ended up being, I think this was a
Lowered,
negative.
right.
It was a negative
Right, it would have been.
by some percent, couple of percent or
Right,
whatever.
and so was this, and actually, that's why we were on the DLS news articles about, oh, look, Shutesbury, their taxes went down. How'd they do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so then.
So that's all of the explanation for why the change in rate. We went down last year because of free cash, and we went back up this year because of free cash. Right?
And we only went up some because savings we made in some part of the budget were applied to others. So we're going to take this out, right? This box right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the second item we take out because of the state aid.
Well, I have.
Okay. It's,
Estimated reduction 16. I didn't do percents. I just did 16. I did the raw number.
I think I'd do a percent because it's a really
Okay.
small. I think the message is it's going to be really close.
Okay, you want to do what percent of state aid that is? Oh, here it is. It's 2.27. Okay, sorry, it's on there. 2.27%.
Yeah.
Take out the dollar sign. Okay, and then this last one we don't need. That was not from this year. And then we can take the box and put it up. Okay, that's that. Okay, I think now we're actually ready to move on to the narrative. Because we have one thing to fix, but everything else is fixed. That's this, and we can take these over here. Okay, and these should turn over, turn 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 5. Okay, narrative. We have prepared a balanced budget, significant operating increases and decreases compared to this budget. The total budget increase is, and what?
0.4%.
Okay, so here was $1. I think you're right to go to percents. It just makes more sense. 0.4%. Okay, that's fixed. So we can take off this yellow. Okay, take off the yellow. Take off yellow. Take off yellow. Where's the yellow? This? Yeah. Okay, I want to take that off. Take off the yellow. Anyways, I'll take off a little later. Elementary, we got the increase. Contract, we got the decrease. Health, we got the increase. All right. Town employee salary excluding, okay. Yeah, so this is an interesting thing. You just suggested that we go, where's your narrative pages? Then I can point to where I'm talking. Okay, here come the narratives. You just suggested that that be a percent, okay? And I agree, that's simpler to read. It could be dollars or it could be percents.
Yeah, or a combination of the two. You could
Okay.
You could put it as dollars, K dollars.
Yeah,
And
okay,
then that's 0.4% increase. So I think that.
okay, I think
So
you're
right now
right.
it is,
The budget
yeah,
increases,
'cause this is an area, 27K is the increase.
this is just the straight budget, yeah, so it's 27.
27K.
Okay,
I'm sorry, that's the revenue. It's actually 28. I'm sorry, it's 28K.
okay,
Well, it's gonna be 27 after this is updated.
okay.
Never mind. Because I'm forgetting Becky's got to change. And that's 0.4% increase.
And so I should put a comma after the K,
Yeah,
and then, oh, that doesn't look right. Okay, what's going on?
0.4% increase.
Comma. 0.0.
No, 0.4%,
Oh, you want zero.
or just 0.4%.
Just 0.4%, okay. I think I should put it in parentheses. Somehow you can't see how it reads. Do you think it should be in
Yeah.
parentheses?
Yeah.
Okay, because then they'll probably notice the decimal. Oh, don't do that to me. There. Okay,
Maybe put a zero in,
You
in
think
front of
so?
the, in front of the
Okay.
decimal minutes, yeah. I think
okay, and then we'll need
if
another
you get an extra,
space.
if you get an extra space between the 0 and the 4, and the point,
Okay.
so you gotta
Delete,
go.
and
Yep, you
I
got it.
want to go over here and put a little more space. There. Is
Okay.
that right?
Yep.
Okay, and I'll take this comma out because we made parentheses instead. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all right, then the budget increase, we're gonna go to K.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and and now, do we stick with doing percents or do we, oh, but they're on there, they're not too hard to get. The percents are there, do we want to
Yep.
do that consistently? School, elementary. Elementary is down here, it's a 2.02%. Okay. I think this is very relevant because I believe that the departments made a very strong effort to turn in tight budgets, and this shows it better.
Yep,
Elementary transportation, there's a budget decrease. Do we want to do that one? Oh, this is a K.
that's only a $3,000 reduction, right?
Okay, yeah, K.
Yeah, I think we probably want to end up with like 6 or 7 of the biggest, whatever the biggest contributors are.
Okay, so you
Did
think
you-
we
did
can
you
take
use
that
the,
one out?
Yeah, did you put the regional school?
Yeah, it's coming up. So take out the elementary transportation one.
Yeah, just because it's only a
Okay,
$3,000 impact.
take it out.
I- I
Okay, now we've got health insurance, 15K, that's relevant. I also think it's relevant to people's lives. I mean, we spent time last night on the transportation budget. Like, people are hungry to say, where do we say, where do we say? That's our nerds in the weeds are doing that, but it's not uncommon for people to, assert, well, your transportation must have been lower, nobody went to school. But I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, we had a long, how long did we talk about that last night?
I know, that's.
We had a lot of long discussions. Maybe
Yeah.
I need to be a little more aggressive
Well, we can talk about that.
later.
Okay, town employee salary excluding schools. We're gonna do a percent, or do we do dollars?
Sorry, where are you?
D, the former D. I'm on the narrative. So we're doing these. So we just took out,
Oops, sorry, I got too many things
I
going here.
know, we did, this is,
We did the total, we did elementary,
yeah,
school.
this is,
We got-
this is the old
Yeah,
year.
you see, that was, last year was a big hit.
Yeah.
It was a big change.
It was an increase, okay,
But
so,
we did not include, well, like, we did include the regional school, yeah. But it's a G. It's G.
I do have
I
it
think they
here.
did it in order of,
This is the old year. I don't know if you have the one that I
Oh.
started the editing on. It
I've
has
got all
some
kinds,
yellows.
I
know.
do, I've got all kinds of stuff.
I know that feeling. Okay, let me see, I'm trying to look at health insurance. This page. 3.
Okay, yeah, here's yours, here's your version.
Okay, health insurance.
So you had
is
regional
2.97.
school level funded regional budget. Wasn't the, actually a little bit under? Or did we end up at level, or did they ended up with a, I thought they.
What's the question?
The regional school, I thought we were like a 1% under, we reduced the budget
Yeah,
by
so I thought.
like 1% or so.
Okay, wait a minute. I got it here. Now, I don't know which one you have. So here's the one I have on my screen. Regional school, 0.7% decreased regional budget from FY21.
Okay.
So I'm not, so this isn't the, here it is. Here's the paper you want to look at. This is draft 22. Okay. And I'm trying to do this one. Okay,
Okay, now I got it.
and then we do, this one is the health insurance is 2.97, 2.97%. Done, okay. Oh no, Susan, you just screwed that up. That's not the health insurance, that's right here. This goes here. Okay, Control X. So for all that hubbub, Control V. What did we come up with a somebody did come up with a dollar value for the wages.
Yeah, Becky had a number. I think I wrote it down. Did I bring that?
Did I? It's not there.
I do, I have it right here.
That'd be great.
Oh, well, if I have it, it'll be right,
Oh,
this stack right here.
numbers. Two-piece clarity. I think it's $8,080.
Yeah, well, 2% was 8,000, so it should be a little under. We used at a quarter percent.
Oh, right.
0.25 was 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000.
2% was 8,000.
Right.
So that means it would be like 7,000 for COLA. 1.75 should be about 7,000.
Yeah, so we can just take that's 1/4, and we're doing 175, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, Sue's brilliant. It's 7. Okay, so again, we're just going to do it's 7. Anyways, how are we gonna present this piece in here at all?
Well, there's a couple of ways of doing it. One is just to look at town non-teacher salaries.
Yeah, that's what this
And then
is.
we could do, that could include COLA plus the new contracts, like the treasurer and the TA, and lump them together.
Oh,
Or, you know, this one adds up to about 7,000, which isn't a huge number. And then this is 5,000 for this year. And then treasurer is I think, more significant.
okay,
What was the treasurer? That's a
So,
pretty big number.
this is salaries change. It's 7070.
Yep,
That's 1.75, 1.75.
yep.
And then we
The
have
TA is 5,000.
5,000.
And then the treasurer is, we should be able to pull it right out of the,
Yeah, it's on here.
that was that.
Treasurer is 3,000, 3,896.
Okay.
Okay, that's treas.
So
This is
one way is
TA.
to just lump those three together.
Yeah, I'd say
Because
so.
you're only, it still only gets about 15, less than 15,000.
Yeah.
Except figuring out the percentage. It's not so easy.
Right. Maybe we leave the percentage off this one because we
Yeah.
can't figure it out.
Yeah.
So it's 15,966, so we're calling it 16K.
Yeah, so that's 16K.
Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, but you know what? It's this percentage, right? It's
What are
his
you looking at?
percentage, it's his percentage, her percentage,
Yeah,
and it's 1.75 percentage.
yeah. So we could figure out the total of that number.
Yeah, I don't
So
know what that tells us.
1.75. Okay, well, let's,
1.75 plus 15.3 plus hers is TA 5. 2205,
okay, so
but that's just a
it's gonna be
cumulative.
yeah. Well, another way to do this. Is, okay, so 1.75% raise was equals 7,000,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm.
So that equals 7,000. So 7,000 is 1.75 times total salary, So if we take 7,000 divided by 1.75, should give us the total salaries. So 7,000 divided by 0.0175 equals $400,000.
I think
Does that sound about right? $400,000
of total
salaries?
salaries,
400,000 plus, and then we would add to that the treasurer and the
we would
and
add
the-
in their
and the TA.
percentages.
No, the total
Their
salary.
total.
Yeah.
Right, I see where you're going. Their totals are, his is, oh, what is his total salary? His total salary is 29,358,
If you're gonna use 29,
and her total salary is
60 something,
67.
67. Okay. So that's 400. And 29. And 67, so that gets us to 496. 496, and if, what do we have for total increases?
In terms of percentage?
No, just the
Yep.
total number, that's,
Oh,
which you had three numbers, you had three numbers that you added together.
these are percentages, so I didn't add them. So you had,
We had the 7,000,
oh, here it is.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, those three numbers.
yeah.
So
it's
that's 16. That's 16,
yeah.
okay. So if I take 16 and divide that by 496, that's 3.2% increase.
Terrific, Mr. Genius.
Overall.
Okay, increase.
Yeah.
What was the number? I didn't write it down.
3.2%.
2% increase overall. Okay. 3.2%. Okay. Okay. That doesn't include the extra 1,000, but we're not gonna
No.
worry about it. Okay.
No, we spent some time on that last night too.
Okay, retirement, we're gonna turn this into a K. And it's an increase, and the retirement number increase was, 5.33.
There's my stack. Keep these stacks up.
Okay,
Salaries.
regional school, we did this and this and this and this. It's a decrease of 65K.
See, the one issue, we have so many line items in our budget, our expense budget.
Mhm.
And this is something we talked about some weeks ago, we're looking at adding. The more numbers, the more lines we add, the
Yeah.
more unwieldy it gets.
How about a
You know what I mean?
summer subcommittee goes through and makes a suggestion of which lines to consolidate, which lines to take out? Just
Yeah,
review it before next year.
because you saw how we had that discussion a couple of times this year about adding some lines.
Yeah.
And that happens all the time, and before you know it, you have this unwieldy
Well, we all,
all these pages. And some of these lines are like $100, $200, $400, and
and some of these should end off, right? I don't know.
yeah.
So I think we need a subcommittee
Yeah.
to go over lines. That would be excellent work to get done before the next one.
Yeah,
And
because
they would
you want this
understand.
document to be something that the finance committee and others looking at it
Mhm.
can look at and,
Well,
and be able to understand and,
again, it's some things are archiving records, some things are presentation, some things are working documents. And I think the fact that this goes out to town is, it can be there, but this, the summary of it is
Yeah.
actually more important in terms of presentation.
yeah, so some way to be able to, let's say, pull all the town salaries together, to try to get a handle on what a town salary is looking at.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um,
So that might be, so if we talk about, if we make this a task for the summer, we might come up with some different, and I know that Becky has had enough of moving these around, but what we might do is have a different document.
hmm. Yeah, I mean,
Um,
it could be as easy as, if we have the actual spreadsheet to these, because this
mhm.
is all spreadsheet based,
Uh-huh.
we could modify it and do come up with our own spreadsheet to,
And again,
And
we
we'll-
have to decide, we have to make sure which audience we're looking at and work with
Yeah.
that more carefully. So this should
Yeah.
be
yeah, from a
actually,
finance committee perspective, we want to be able to look at this and say, okay, some of these areas look like they're high. Some of
Mhm.
these areas look like they're low.
mhm.
And I think, having a document that helps focus on the areas that need attention.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Especially,
If it
yeah,
gets-
I mean, you could start having the rule that says if it's under this amount, we're not talking about it. Okay, and then we have this one.
Town moderator is
Okay.
gonna make $132
I know.
next year,
I know. Painful.
but,
And the select board, are you kidding me? Look at how little they make
Yeah.
for what they're doing.
yeah.
And, okay,
Yeah.
anyways, let's go to increased unemployment by 5K. Are we gonna put that in there?
Where are you?
I'm on the narrative,
Yeah,
and I'm on, the narrative's gonna be slightly different here. I'm doing unemployment.
increase in employment was 5,000 last
Mhm.
year. And there was an
No,
increase this year
it was,
too.
no, there was nothing in FY '21. It's just started.
Increase
It's
unemployment
a
fund by
rollover.
5,000.
It's a rollover, and,
Okay, that goes up by 5,000.
yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, how come, oh, all right, this is your updated version.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm working live on this one.
Okay, so that's not a percentage thing then.
Nobody's here. Okay. Okay, it's not a percentage. So do we want it in here? Do we want it in this
Yeah,
narrative?
If it hits our top 6 or 7 items,
Mhm.
I think it should be in there.
Okay, and police wages decreased. This one goes into,
Like, for example, health insurance, that's a 15,000 increase. And
Yep,
retirement's
that's on there.
12,000, so those are bigger items. But does 5,000 make the cut? Maybe not.
it was argued, but it didn't end up in the final arguments about whether we do it this way or not, but we just do it this way. So I don't think we need to.
Yeah, I don't think it would hit the cut.
Okay, so police, where's police? Police. Protection, police decrease was, decrease, I'm not answering. Oh, this is Kevin. Town administrator.
Ooh,
Hi, Becky. We have 600 papers on the table.
and they're all shuffled.
We're drafting that.
They're all
Yeah.
shuffled.
No, that's okay. What did you want? Oops. Mm-hmm. The police one? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, good idea. Mm. Mm. Oh, yeah. Right, right. Mm. Didn't look there. You just assumed she was telling you what she knew. The Yeah, and I thought, and I didn't bring it up at the public meeting because, oh, let's see, you're pointing out. Sorry. We're on record. I'm going over here. So I thought also there was a discussion that Mary Jo was on. Well, so it's, yeah. Okay. And so the, right. Yeah, see, I thought right away she couldn't be on a piece, and then I think there's a couple of words, I think there's some labeling that is mixing people up. And so, the police study committee, are you calling that the police work committee? Okay, so that's one, and she shouldn't be on it if Mary goes on it. Well, she also doesn't, she is still too much of a novice, so wasn't she, what is the committee you think she was supposed to be on? If it's not police work study. Okay, and it says, and is the new police chief committee different? Yes. Okay, so, right. Right, I get it. Okay, so you just need to tell her that. Just need to tell her that she's using, she's got her committees mixed up. There's going to be a police chief hiring committee, depending on the outcome of the police work study committee. And she can't be on the police work study committee because her partner is on it. And that's the end of that. And then Ralph can be on. And yeah, so Ralph doesn't really want to be on the police work study committee. So that personnel board has to come up with somebody who's not a partner. Yeah. Yeah, and I did think that you had already identified that as the problem when it was, will we appoint George as temporary? I heard you say that there's a conflict, for it to be Melody, and they didn't want to, and Ralph resigned, and that's everybody. George is on the committee. Yes, and that was the meeting, you said it would be a, temporary appointment, and then we would go around most, just because he wasn't there, can he really be temporarily appointed, and the temporary was cast, in my understanding, to be, when the personnel board comes back up to full people, then somebody could switch in over George. George is temporary because there's not enough people on personnel right now, and as soon as they get enough people, the new person can join. And the new person can join in a flow. They don't have to get it. Oh, yeah. Mhm. Right. So George is that temporary, he's temporary for that, and then it'll still be short-handed. Because, so there's still a chance of going on personnel, get on the personnel, and become part of it. Yeah, just have to ignore it. I couldn't believe for all her accomplishments, then she went and voted for free cash to be used for everyone because she was happy. So I'm not giving her a lot. Yeah. Really uninformed, very uninformed. Just in terms of, that, and we really like those, even let that committee come in really because of the same reason. What about living in the same house? No. Can't do that. No, I don't think she is. It doesn't matter because we already resolved that. We must talk to one. There you go. There's a limited with Melody on the personnel board. She's confused. And I mean, personally, I think the sentence you have confused the names of the public committee is where to start because she is the person who's it would be the person. Yeah, she could be on the police chief, I don't know. And somehow personnel person, either temporarily, and then get a number, that person becomes part of that. Okay? Yeah. But, hey, and I can't be there in person. Yeah. So, I would say that you've gone over the minutes from meetings to get a clear understanding, and there's two problems. One, that she's really actually going to this committee, and the personnel board should put it in the chief committee, and the other problem is she can't, some people say that the personnel committee did not appoint this pretty much. And then the personnel committee, the people need to work out. And then if she said, why can't that be me? You can say, it would appear to be, too much of a conflict to the partner. And, there's probably absolutely no precedent for having partners on the same committee. I can't believe that there is any. So, can't start now. Right. Well, good luck. Okay. And this conversation wasn't on the Zoom. Yeah, okay. Take care. Yeah, bye. How are we doing?
Yeah, I think you've got the right, to me, that just going through all this, you've got the biggest, you pointed out the biggest drivers for change, either up or down.
So actually, when I went to look to the police numbers, there's two numbers.
Yes, and you got 75, 75. I was wondering how you got 75, 75. That's the total. So that's a combination of wages and chief.
Okay, just this one.
That
All
number.
right, that's the number we want. So it's,
Now
it's not 8, it should be 7, right?
You've got
Police wages.
75, 75 in here, right? In your draft.
Where did I get
So I
that?
wonder where that came from.
Good question.
Unless it was an earlier version of this. You pull it, because this just came out from yesterday.
Yeah, I
So it
don't know.
might have changed a little bit.
Okay, but we're gonna
So
call
maybe
it
just go
7,
to 74,
but we're just calling it 7K. right?
7K, yeah.
Okay, and it's a decrease on percentage-wise of 3.27.
Yep.
3.27%.
Yep.
And then this, okay.
And then you had the,
And we're taking out the unemployment fund, right? I didn't scratch that one yet,
yeah, I don't think you
Okay.
need it.
because that's too low.
Yeah.
Take that out. Now we're at G, so that's good.
Yeah, the only issue with G is,
Mm-hmm.
because this 0.7%, I don't think that's going to really resonate with people.
Well, you
They're
know,
going to say, what does that mean, 0.7%?
so what we wanted to say though, or what's important, is that the regional school has decreased its, I don't know if,
It has decreased its budget by 0.7%.
Okay, but is that one of a string of decreases? Let's see, school.
What do you mean by a
is-
string?
Have we been decreasing on a regular basis? Here we go.
I don't think so. Well, that's just looking at us. That's just looking at our piece.
Right,
This 0.7% has got to do with the whole region,
right.
right? So
Okay,
these will,
let's take that
these
part
will
out.
reflect some of the, the statutory, the swing in statutory
How about-
will show up in here.
Right. How about just saying regional, take out the percent and just say decreased regional budget from FY '21 with continued change. So instead of the 0.7%, just say decreased regional budget from FY '21 with continued change in assessment method towards statutory.
Yeah,
That's
65, and that's where that
Created.
64,000. Now, actually, the 64,000 includes, I think, where are we? Was it 64? Yeah, so that includes the 0.7% also.
Yeah.
So the lower budget is built into that number too.
Yeah, right. That's why I had that
So-
decrease in there.
Okay, well,
But if it just says,
but most of the reductions related
well,
to
it says
the,
with. So if we say decreased regional budget from FY '20 with continued change in assessment method towards statutory.
Yeah. and a 0.7% reduction in the
Or-
regional budget.
Okay, so you want to put the 0.7%
Yeah, because it
decrease
really,
back in there?
well, I think if we use that 64,000,
It's really 65, I rounded it.
yeah, if we use the 65, some of that is
Right.
not related to the
Right. So,
methodology, the
so if-
assessment methodology.
so if the sentence just says decreased regional budget with continued change in assessment,
Mhm.
created a 65K decrease for Shutesbury.
Yeah,
that-
yeah, I think it's just, yeah.
So, or do you want to put in the 0.7% decrease regional? You want to keep this, where are we? You want to keep that, or you want to take that out?
Yeah, either that or, because I think the 0.7% piece, that's a relatively small part of the reduction. Most of it does come from the assessment
Right.
methodology. So, the other option is just figure out what the assessment methodology piece.
I don't think, well, I don't know if we can, because.
Yeah, well, we have
the
remember those worksheets we use?
Yeah, but they don't break out, they start off with a decreased budget and then they break out the assessment.
Yeah, but they had those spreadsheets that showed the different models, including the 0.7% reduction.
Okay,
You know.
I think we're too much in the weeds.
Yeah,
So we-
you're
So
right. You're right.
we either put the 0.7% decreased regional budget, or we just say decreased regional budget,
Yeah, maybe leave it with that.
decreased, okay.
Yeah.
And then we show that the percent for Shutesbury is minus 3.86%.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have the police wages and nothing else significant in the police.
Yeah, I didn't really see anything else that really stands out either as a big increase
right,
or a
Right,
decrease.
right. Okay, that's done then. And that's 7K because it's rounded.
Yep.
And then larger projected revenue increase, decrease. Okay, I don't think I worked on this part at all. I think I skipped it. Net tax levy used in, oh, here it is. Okay, this is the, yeah, I didn't touch this because this is the part that makes me rip my hair out.
Yeah. Okay, so
revenues.
they use this number right here. So we can just replace it with 141.
They used 135 and we can use
141.
141, okay.
141K.
Okay. Okay, portion of levy not used in the FY22 budget. Where'd you get that number?
That comes from this in
Here.
the parentheses.
Okay, and
Yeah.
that is not in ours.
Yeah, so we don't have that item.
Okay, so we take that out,
I
right?
think so, yep.
Because I thought this was, okay, we'll just take that out. I can't figure this out yet. Then 2, increase to added excess levy capacity.
Increase added.
And that's, so they used a number that's 367.
Increase added to. Okay, so maybe it's 538. Let's see how they did this. 538 minus 171 equals 367. Yes, that's how they did that.
Oh, good. So they, where did you get the 171?
The column to the left. So they're both.
Oh, okay, the change.
So they subtracted 171 from 538.
Okay, so we're gonna take 483 and subtract 532.
Yeah,
We'll
so
get
it's
end up
gonna
with a
be,
positive
It's
number.
gonna be a positive increase,
For-
added to excess levy. So we're gonna, actually, that's gonna change because that $28,000 will probably end up in that number there,
Okay,
that free cash.
yep,
So that's gonna increase that 483 by 28,000.
okay, so it'll be 5.
No, it's actually in the other direction, so it'll be, wait a second, let me think. Is that right? How do we do that? Yeah, I think you're right. So that gets it up to 5 something.
Yeah, so we had 28 to the 483.
So does it help to look in this last column where FY 22 versus 21, it says 48,399.
Yeah.
Does that tell us what happened? And we
That's-
just have
yeah,
to adjust
That's
it?
just subtracting 532
Yep.
from 483.
Okay, but knowing,
But I'm saying that 483,
I-
we're gonna be adding 28,000 to that.
right, so I was wondering, just looking at the 48,000, does it tell you more clearly whether you should add it or subtract the 28?
Oh. Well, ultimately, what's gonna happen is down here at the end, the revenues of 6628,
Okay, yep,
6628,
Yeah.
that's gonna stay the same.
mm-hmm,
Free cash is gonna be increased
it's gonna be,
by 28,000.
it's gonna be in here, 28,
Yeah,
410.
so that's gonna increase, then the levy capacity, excess levy capacity has to be decreased by 20,000, so that means it's a negative 500 and whatever. So we add 28 to the 483 to get a negative 501 or whatever. Now, I would think Becky would be working to get these updated, right?
Yes, I guess,
Working with, you
so
know,
in
with-
the end, we'll
with
just
Gail
go
or
to
whoever-
this
Gail or
number?
whoever does this,
Right,
to update based on what we talked about last night, the decisions that were made
Yeah.
last night.
so you think we'll get that number we want out of this column right here? Because it'd be FY 22 versus FY 21.
Exactly.
Okay,
So right now, it's gonna be like $20,000. It's gonna be a $20,000
Mm-hmm,
change
okay, so I'm gonna put this
based on what we
in.
know right now.
I'm gonna, wow, look at this, but it's so different. Am I not nutty?
Hmm?
So this year it was 367K. Now we're saying it's
This
28K. In
increase added to 367, so
Oh,
increase
oh,
added
oh,
to
yeah.
excess levy capacity.
we added
So we're gonna add
another.
about
Yeah. Okay.
20,000.
Okay. So this would be. I'm gonna put a question mark here.
367. Actually,
say-
yeah, so it'll be, actually, it's gonna be reduced by
Oh,
20,000.
I wish you put these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 column, 8 line, 19.
It's gonna be reduced by 20,000, because we're gonna go from negative
28,000.
530, we're gonna go from a negative 532 to a negative 512, roughly 512, 510.
Okay. And I'll put that in yellow, but I still don't remember how to get out of yellow. It's okay. Yellow's right here. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna put that as a fix. We'll come back to that number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, new growth, including solar pilot.
Right now,
Okay.
there's 10,000 in there.
Okay, and
Is that what
we'll
she
take
said?
out solar prod.
Right.
We'll take out
Now, did she
that.
say that's a battery? Is that what the 10,000 is? Or am I mixing that
No,
up?
no,
That's a
this is
different
general
10,000.
growth, general growth. This is maybe part of a house plus
Okay,
decks and cellars, decks
okay.
and
So
something.
it's just new growth,
New growth,
10,000.
10,000. And do we have a percentage? No, forget that. We don't need that. State aid anticipated. Okay, so state aid, that is not part of a larger increase or decrease. So we could take out that state aid line,
Yep,
take out that.
yeah, because this is all about larger
Yeah.
projected revenue
Take
increases,
that out,
decreases. Yeah.
and total projected annual tax, and we'll take this off.
Yeah,
right?
unless we
We'll
want to put
see.
in there whatever the new, there will be an increase based on what we have right now.
But it's also in another place on this. Do we need it here? It's really not larger, so we'll take it out because it
Okay,
wasn't a
it's
big
gonna show
deal.
up elsewhere.
Yeah, it's on the first page, didn't we fix that? Isn't it there?
Let's see.
And And I need to ask, this new growth is revenue, it's not value, right?
I'm sorry, where are you?
I'm just at, this right here, this is dollars, not,
Yep.
Yep.
Those are $10,000
okay, so.
or
okay.
10K for our chart.
It just, and it does say revenue, so that's okay. And there are no decreases, so we can take out the word decrease in the
Mhm.
title of this section. What do you think? We can leave it larger projected revenue increases, decreases. Net levy used in the budget increase and excess levy capacity and new growth.
Mhm.
Right, okay, we'll just leave the word decrease, so next year we'll remember if there's some decreases to put
To
them
make
in
sure it's in
there.
there.
Okay, cash reserves, I could not keep up with this.
Oh, okay, that's, thanks to this nice spreadsheet.
Okay, and then just a little change, and
We have.
yeah, his fixed one, you got his fixed one, right?
Yeah. So we have, and so those ending balances that we want to use. So there's
Ending balances.
the other side. So right over here, these.
Okay,
So there's the ending balance for capital stabilization, for stabilization, and for free cash.
Yeah.
Those three numbers.
okay, and I had gotten, oh, so now, where does he show, oh, here he's showing the transfer.
Yep. That the transfer is included in there, is
Yeah,
in addition to it's also funding a project.
right,
So if you take
And
that
then-
650 there, 350 is a transfer from
Mhm.
free cash stabilization, and 300 is
Mhm.
the gym roof.
okay,
A total of 650.
okay,
By the way, this number here for the new free cash
mhm,
number, based on what we know right now, that 728,
yeah, with,
that gets us to where we were about 11 years ago. It hasn't been that low in 11 years. So it's been well above that over the last
Well,
11 years.
part of it is they moved 350 into stabilization.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay,
this is something that
so,
I think was missed, and I thought to try to make a point in our, I'm not
Mhm.
gonna get into these details,
mhm,
but at our next meeting is, everybody's still talking about free cash, but we made a huge change.
but we kept some in our we kept 350 in our cash reserves. It's just in a different account.
It's in a stabilization account, so
And
it's set aside, that'll get used up with these projects in the next couple of years.
So, yeah, so let me look at that. So I
Yeah.
need to take this free cash number and take out 28,410, right?
Yes.
This one,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, that
7,
gets us even.
5,
Yeah, that's right.
3,
Minus 20.
oh, 7. Okay, so free cash balance,
So almost exactly 700,000.
yeah. Well, in fact, we write that, right? Because we round it.
Yeah. If you look at,
Okay. Oops, I did that wrong. And I go over here and call it 700K. And the capital stabilization will
goes to
be at,
256,
yeah.
256K.
Oh, wait a
that's
minute,
lowered.
these were beginning balances. Rats. Okay, so
Well, let's see. When you say beginning balances,
1.
free cash reserves, yeah, but that's
Oh, wait a
as of,
minute.
we're in the right place. We're doing the right, that's as of the beginning of the new fiscal year.
Right, so it doesn't take out this last bit. This is the balance.
Oh, you talk about the 28, just the 28 piece?
Yeah, because here it will be cash reserves if all warrant articles are passed. all warrant articles in the
Oh.
budget.
Okay,
So this is
where
really
is that? That's,
section
oh, okay,
5.
that's farther down.
So I got to go back here and go 28, right?
Okay, yeah, I'm with you.
Actually, so the as of 6, he's using,
Oh.
okay. So here it is the big
So
number.
the numbers we're looking at,
1
those are the
million,
ones, the
yeah,
numbers we're
down
looking
below.
at should be down in 5.
Yeah, so this one is 1,379K. And then, KK. And then capital stabilization, so it's this column I'm trying to do here in number 3, and then in number 5, it's when all the changes are made. And that's why I have these numbers. Okay. And this number is correct. And I like to do this one as an, oops, tell me to do that. I want to do, I don't know, Control Z. Stop it. I want to do a line here. Control U. Okay, did you just give me 2 lines? You dang thing. Control Z. Okay, so
I may be
stop that.
confused with this. No.
So this line, this section was meant to tell people, I just want you to do this. Thank you. This was to say, here we start coming in. This is good because people are going to say, we got all this free cash. Well, here's what we started at. Here's where we ended. So in this one, the free cash is down to 700K. Right? This section is if all warrant articles, the budget's a warrant article, pass.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the transition where we're saying 300K.
Yeah, I wonder if we need this one up above that section 3.
Well, but I think we do because we have these people who are sure that we have a lot of free cash and we have this cash reserve and here we're using it and
Yeah,
here's what results in that.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this is from a year ago. Oh, this is your update.
Yeah, this is my draft.
Okay,
Well,
all right.
I told her we had 600
Okay, I'm
papers
still-
out on the page.
I'm
Okay.
still,
So,
okay.
so
Okay, so you've already updated all this.
we need to
So you
put,
did do these, you did update these sections. Okay.
actually, sorry, I know where I confused you. I didn't do 2 because I couldn't figure out where the heck that was all coming from.
Yeah.
So I skipped 2 and now then I did 3.
Yep,
But
now
we're
it's good.
except for now on section 4, it's titled FinCom FY22 warrant article capital expenses recommended. And now I need to do one just for operating free cash, right?
Let me just double check here. Okay, all right, so you got 258, 729, 660, where is that stabilization? Okay, that should be 782, right? Stabilization?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah, 782, yeah.
Okay, so where's that? Right here. When did I get that wrong? Because things keep moving. 782. 782. Okay.
And then you're gonna reduce the 729 to like, what, 701 or whatever?
Here. So we're supposed to be showing people the transition. And so section 4 has some of the transition, the elementary school roof, the culvert, it's the pending.
Yeah, but none of those,
Actually,
all those numbers didn't, the reserves didn't actually change on July 1st. This is just showing, on section 5, it's just showing once these warrant articles all are passed and we end up spending these funds for capital projects and to fund these non-recurring items in the budget,
okay.
we're going to be at a different place.
So
And in this case, it's like 701,000 for free cash.
Yes, so I want section 4 to show what we're referring to. So I think
Yep.
I should take out the I think I should take this out. This,
Well, you've got,
it's not gonna be
Yeah,
a
yeah.
capital expense on the agenda.
and if people are trying to, okay,
And what we,
Yeah.
so I think that comes out and we could think
Yeah.
about something else.
and then maybe, do we want to add in? Oh,
Yeah.
this is just for capital expenses.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. Do I add in a section 5 here that's called operating, use of free cash in operating budget?
Okay, now, how did they do that here for last year? They did,
Oh, good point. Let's look
if
at
you look at last year's section, how they, for funding the free cash, the
Yeah.
free cash for funding the shortfall from the state.
Yep, I don't have that page right here. It's not there. Where is it? It's not here.
Yeah, it showed up under larger projected revenue increases, decreases, and then, well, that's really talking about state aid
To be
reduction.
covered by,
Yeah,
okay.
is that the only place it was covered? To explain free cash. Okay, they have this section here.
Here.
Funded, okay, those are just projects.
Here. No, that's just a balance, but not why. Okay, you're right. I think we just put a, I think we could take out capital expenses in this title. No, we can't. I think we
Yeah.
make a section 5 here. No, that didn't work. Susan, you know how to do this. I can't remember how to do this. Wait, maybe I enter here. I did it. Okay, we'll say in this one, free cash to be used in operating budget. And then,
Maybe I put in parentheses, non-recurring items or something to,
okay.
you know, to just, I don't want to
Yeah.
send a message, I don't think that.
Reoccurring items. Oh, I know it. I need to check. That's the mail. And now I go backspace and I go A. Well, do I need to enter it as do I need to enter it the way these are separated or just put it here? Just put it here, right? Just put it right at the end of this.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yep.
back up.
Yep.
And then it's 28K.
mm-hmm.
Okay. And then 6 is cash reserves, and now the free cash is down to 700, capital stabilization. I got that number,
You got 258,
258.
and then 782,
Yep.
and then the total changes to whatever it changes to.
Oh, okay, so now I need to do
Get this-
total cash reserve. Oops, stop it.
Yeah, just update that number. You're
Yeah,
gonna add those together?
yep. I underline.
Make sure my paper's in the right place. Let's
Okay.
see, am I-
So these numbers, that's not too hard. 258, 782. These numbers, 0, 13, 14, 1, 14, 15, 16, 17, 14, 15, 16, 17. So now the cash reserves, why did they go up from here, buddy?
We can go up. $701. 258. 72. Oh, go up from where it was?
Yeah,
Because
because I was wrong before. Okay, that's good enough.
Well, the big change, the stabilization.
Oh, yeah. I
Stabilization
had
was
it wrong.
really
I had it wrong.
off.
Okay. Good, that's why.
Mhm.
Okay, so we still have over $1 million. People are gonna call that almost 2 million in reserves. And then we have upcoming,
Well, and a lot of this is gonna be, is earmarked towards projects for
Right.
2022 and 23.
well, no, this already has the 22 out. Section 6 already takes the 22 out, doesn't it?
Oh, section 6. Okay, oh, yeah, all right.
Okay, so that's,
Um,
so here's 22 up here,
yeah.
and here's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
balance, and then
Right.
this is coming as, did you hear that the state opened up the applications for the school, for the roof improvement for, so
Oh.
it won't affect this one that we're doing, we're paying this one by ourselves.
Yep,
And then they opened up the applications just now, and I forgot the timing. I think they can be submitted as of January, so we'll impact,
so we fit into whatever that new,
this piece might
Yeah.
get.
because they kept on changing, was it the number of years or
Yeah,
whatever?
well, yeah, we still don't know if what they're gonna do, so what they do
Because
is
the
they,
last time, they kept on increasing the years so that
Yeah.
we never qualified.
right,
So have they changed that definition?
they don't get to do that, they don't do that, what they do is say, okay, now you can apply, they've delayed the application. Now they're saying, oh, you can apply now, then they get all the applications in and they figure out what the pool of money is, and then they change the year so that they can deal with the pool of applicants. And that's what they've done twice.
So we go through this rigmarole, and then they get a pile of requests, and then based on that pile of requests, they move the year in or out.
So it's not
I see,
guaranteed.
I see, yeah.
So this may be offset by the grant, it may not be offset.
Yeah.
And that's why there's grant funding as a question mark.
Okay, oh, so what's the timing on that process?
I believe she said, I can't remember, that was at a select board meeting, so
Mhm.
Becky would know.
Mhm.
It is certainly not going to impact this year, it may impact next year's budget, FY '23.
So I guess what we gotta look at is the cash reserves were 2.2 million going into the year. And now,
Mhm.
based on what we have here, we're gonna be at 1.7. So
Mhm.
we're gonna be down by $500,000
Mhm.
overall.
Mhm.
So that's a message. Is that
Mhm.
instead of saying it's 1.7 million, that's a lot of money. It's
Right.
it's $500,000 down. It's
Mhm.
$500,000 down from when we entered the year.
Mhm.
And we've got a list of projects coming
Right.
beyond for 23,
Do
23 projects.
Do we want to change, make that a percentage? Would that be helpful?
The reduction?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do, it's a $500,000.
You can just take this number and divide it by that number, right?
No, you take the difference. So the difference is it 2206 and
Oh.
1740? Okay, so 2206 minus 1740 divided by 2206. So 21% reduction.
Okay, so I'll put that in there. Minus 21%.
And overall, in all of our
Yeah.
cash accounts.
Okay, that's good to do. Okay, now, upcoming, we got that, that's right. Elementary school, put it right, uppercase. School roof part 2, grant funding, question mark. Oh yeah, that's just a question mark. I guess the grant funding is the question mark, not just that. Oops, come on, you. We're gonna get a report out of this, buddy. And the blah, blah. And OPEB. Oh, so I didn't change the OPEB one. Do we know what our actuarial liability, if it stays the same over time, or did it change? Is that a number? Oh, that's probably as of the last audit, right?
Yeah, this is one I think I'd ask George. He seems to be the closest to this.
Yeah, like, I mean, we're
Or-
operating based on a set of information.
I don't know whether it's George or Becky, but we still have the 50,000, part C is the same,
Correct.
is right.
OPEB.
Oh, and we should be able to get B. Let's see, what's B? I can pull it up from the expense report.
Mm-hmm.
So we can get B.
OPEB.
So the only question is on
I think that,
A and D. Is D still 30 years?
yeah, I
okay.
think those things don't change.
So when is 30 years up?
Yeah,
As of
that's
what
what
year?
that's what I thought was missing is when
Yeah.
did this
So
start?
as of what?
Um,
Yeah. So the 30 years is right. We just need to know 30 years from when.
yeah. Oh, where's my OPEB report?
Start. Okay, so where is my, that goes over here. And I have this. And then, where is my other folder? It should be in here.
This is not it. Oh, here we go. Good. Here it is, OPEB analysis. Total OPEB liability as of June 30, 2019 was 2,488,000. All right. Let's fix this number because we're going to make it like all the other numbers. 488K. Now my eyes are just failing me. Great. Okay, I want to look at this in case this is Kevin. Yeah, June.
This is too many folders.
Yeah, really. Okay, nope, didn't get that. Got that. Okay.
Okay, I have OPEB as of, let's see, when is this report? As of May 4th.
What year?
OPEB is 679K.
Okay, that's
Does that sound about right?
over here.
Does that sound about right?
679. Oh, yeah, that's good.
Does that match up with?
Well, it's a little high. Okay, so this one, here's our fund balance as of 2019. And you're saying as of 21, you said? May 21?
Yeah, so this is, yeah,
Oh,
as of
okay.
the May 4th expense report. So we,
Okay.
599, is that what you have in there?
No, I didn't.
No, I mean, as far as,
Oh.
that was the prior year. That's in the, oh, it's 595. Okay, never mind. But I'm showing,
Right, previous balance. Okay,
this is showing
679.
679.
679K. That's rounded? Is that rounded enough?
Yes, that's rounded.
Okay, and that's not before the 21, that's before 22's funding, right? Before FY22 funding.
Right.
I can fix that. And the actuarial liability I have here as of 6, so do you see this? Is this a good number to use? Total liability as of June 2019. This one didn't
Yeah, see, this
say.
is the one that, this is George's spreadsheet, right?
Is it, or is it from that company?
From the, oh, that's from Odyssey?
Yeah. When I didn't write on one. I didn't write on one.
Yeah, I'm just, let's see, actuarial liability. 2.3 million.
So here's
That's
the
the most recent
report.
report.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Do
say
you see a
as of.
2.3, do you see a 2.3 million in there?
As of 6/30/19. Okay, so that identified that.
Is there a 2.3 million in there that matches up with?
No, because I was just using this sentence.
So that's 2.5 million as of June
Yeah,
30th, 2019. So where'd 2.3 million come from? In last year's report,
right.
this is something I think
Okay,
I think
we'll ask George to look
or
at it.
Becky would be the ones
Okay.
that would have a
And
handle on that.
what we do want to know is, state gives towns 30 years. And then we'll say,
I'm sorry, where are you now?
in the last one on that, we, oh, 30 years? No, that won't be it. Where is that little factoid? When did it start? When did the clock start for
Maybe.
30 years?
Maybe that'd be another question for George.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'll put a question mark there, make it yellow. Okay. All right. That's one to fix. And actually, I'll highlight this number that I took off the page in yellow, and we'll have George give us some number on that. And this came off of our our revenue and expense journal, and that's good. That's right. And
Where are you?
I'm in the OPEB. I'm going back over the points.
Okay. the OPEB points.
I'm going to check that number with George. I got it off this report. He could tell me if there's another way to find that number. B is sure we saved so far. We got that off our expense report. We don't have a question about that number. C, we have annual funding from operating budget. We know that's true. And we're going to change this into a K.
$50K,
Yep.
and you put the 679K up above it on the B.
Yep. 679K. And D, states give towns 30 years to fund their liability starting in, and I put a question mark. We're going to come up with a year. Okay. Then thoughts on the future.
Yep.
Continued maintenance of a 40-plus-year-old school building.
Yep.
Storage of public records. Need for additional space. Nothing happened there. Future library building. Invest in projects that reduce operating costs. Solar voltaic system. So I think we want to say municipal solar voltaic systems. That's the kind of investment. Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So D, sorry,
Yep.
D, should we say that one? If we invest in projects that reduce operating costs, we would say municipal solar photovoltaic systems, right?
Yeah.
Because we're
Yeah,
going to stay out of the other
because this
fight.
is,
Municipal
Yep.
solar voltaic systems. Then school costs, ongoing loss of grant funds, true. Towns and region unable to agree on long-term, true. And the region's health insurance costs, true.
I
Those
thought-
are all
Oh,
true.
I made some notes on that one.
Okay.
I'm suggesting, you see there's F,
Mhm,
it's also health insurance costs.
mhm.
Why not just X out? I mean, do we need to do that twice? Does
Well,
it need to be under school?
Because the school did a self-insured program and they got really bollocksed up. And so it really bumped the regional budget. The town's health insurance is a different
It's a different plan,
process,
yeah.
yeah.
Because they're all people that are working for the town and that we're
Yeah,
paying
so
for.
town isn't distinct enough.
Well,
Could be municipal
yeah.
health.
but you think it needs to be in both places? as opposed to.
It has, let's look at this expense line, health insurance.
You know, well,
I think it's
ultimate-
gone all over
Well,
the place.
well, from an expense report, it is showing up in two places, I think.
Yes,
Right?
yeah.
Because it would show up under the school
Mm-hmm,
as part of the school budget.
yeah, so look here, from 2018
Yeah,
to this, that's a pretty big jump. That's 100,000, more than 100,000.
yeah,
Which is a
okay. and-
fifth of
yeah.
it.
Yeah, so,
So we can call it the
so
municipal
it's a
health
big,
insurance.
yeah, so you're saying, you know, yeah. So if somebody that thinks municipal, they're not thinking teachers wouldn't be included in that?
Our teachers are. The regional, let's put region in a capital R. The regional schools.
Because
Let's call
under
it
E,
regional
under F,
school.
that's all about employees that aren't part of education, right? That's what you're saying?
No, F does include our teachers, our
Oh,
SES
the elementary
teachers.
school?
Yeah,
Oh. Oh, so 3 is only the regional school.
oh yeah,
Is that what you're
I
saying?
screwed that up. Yeah. So I'm gonna call it the regional school health insurance costs. Is that clearer?
So E is regional, but this says early childhood.
Is,
Is early childhood related to the region?
no, they have school costs as the E. And
Yeah.
our early childhood grant got iced, and
but
that's
does
been a
does that show up
problem.
at the regional school?
Nope. The only thing in here that's regional is 3, E3, the regional schools health insurance costs. And the reason those are volatile is because they have a different insurance program than we do for our school, our elementary school people and our town people.
Okay, so, and then F is those are the elementary school plus the other town employees.
Yeah. Should we put elementary school and town employees insurance costs for F as part of that?
I think we should,
Mhm.
if it's distinct from the regional school. But then the elementary school, it's a school cost. Well, I guess another way to do it would be to make that school, under school costs, item 3,
Mhm.
is do the elementary school plus the regional school insurance costs. And then make F, because it's, E is all about school costs, school-related costs,
Right.
whereas,
Okay, maybe
you know what I mean?
maybe we should say, health insurance costs for town employee, for elementary school and town employees.
For F,
Yeah. Because we're in 2 different health insurance programs.
okay, and F would be the same, would be one, so
One-
the elementary
mhm.
school and the town employees are in the same plan?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
So let's see, how does it sound?
so maybe
Stop
3,
doing
under
that.
3 there just has to say the regional schools health insurance costs. You just put school in there.
Yeah.
And then adding,
And then F says health insurance costs for elementary and elementary school and town employees.
and town employees. Yep.
Okay, and then G, we're gonna put up unpaved roads and infrastructure, and H,
Now, when we say infrastructure,
that'd be culverts, bridges.
yeah, I wonder if it's something
If you
like
wanna put,
i.e. culverts,
mhm.
bridges. That's a pretty big one. Well, unpaved roads is big. So
Yeah,
that's,
and
you know,
the culvert's
by
costing
itself.
us $1 million, right?
Right.
Culverts, bridges. Because when you look at the long-range capital plan, they're not on there.
Mm-hmm.
Only that one is gonna be dealt with, not that it's like an ongoing issue.
Mm-hmm.
And dirt roads aren't on there at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing I'd like to get fixed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, like the highway building isn't on there. It's as if that will not have any needs.
Yeah.
Town hall isn't really on there. He views it as his little, he views it as his,
Yeah.
he views it as just, he's going to take care of the pieces.
Yeah.
So there's no capital plan for those things. I wonder if we'd even call it capital plan for unpaved roads, infrastructure. Maybe we should call it capital plan for unpaved roads. Well, we'll just leave it this way.
Yeah, I don't think you need that, because I think it infers we're gonna make an investment for infrastructure or roads. It's gotta be capital. It's gonna be an investment.
Actually, I don't know if I've done the grammar rates. I'm just going to use parentheses, culverts, bridges, etc. Okay. What did you do? Okay. And then new revenue sources. We are 39. I tried to figure out how to say that sentence. We're 39th out of 351 towns. Is that what you told me?
49th.
49th, okay.
Yeah, now, when you say undiversified.
Yeah, what, actually, so tell me what the statistic was. What are we 49th in?
The percentile, so we're 94.3% residential property tax.
Okay, so.
And then the rest is 5.7%, making up commercial, industrial, and personal. So we're 94%, is 48 towns that are in that same ballpark or even higher percent residential.
Okay.
And then all the rest are below. And if you look at the 48 that are above us, they're all the posh, high end, the Cape, the Islands, Lincoln, or
so I guess I
all
don't,
these,
right.
Which Massachusetts has quite a few pretty posh towns.
So you're really saying it's for reliance on residential only?
That's the message, is our town relies on residential property taxes, the source of revenue, much more so than the average municipality in Massachusetts.
Okay.
The average is 81.7% residential, the average municipality.
Okay, so 49th percentile is not the same as.
No, the number 49 out of 351.
Okay, so it is out of that. Okay,
yeah.
So 49 out of 351 in the state for reliance on residential tax revenue.
Yeah.
Take out the word undiversified.
Yeah, residential. Yeah.
Tax
94.3% residential.
Okay,
property tax.
And then we need to invest in the town is not good. We'll take that out. That doesn't make sense there. We did say that. So then we say, what's the 89% part, or the 80?
The average for the state is 81.7% residential. So
and
of the 351 communities, if you average them all out, you add them all up, the 351 municipalities, 81.7% of the tax burden is carried by the by residents.
Okay.
And then it's 18.3 is commercial, industrial, personal.
Okay. So which set of facts do you think is clearer? That is this the differential that's clearest? Or is it that we're 49th out of 351 for reliance on residential tax revenues?
Yeah. Yeah. Of the two, I guess I think I'd lean toward the 49 out of 351.
Okay.
We're up at the top
Okay.
of a state that has a lot of well-to-do towns.
Mhm.
And so we're in there competing with all the wellest-to-doest of towns as far as. And this is the list. Let me dig up the list.
Yeah.
And
What
it's-
are you doing to me?
I'm sorry?
This thing doesn't, it gives me superscript instead of.
Yeah, it's hard to read, but it's all Cape towns and
Yeah,
island
Gosnold.
towns.
Is that the name of that place, Gosnold? It's number 1. Oh, anyway.
Yeah, that's number 5 on here.
Yeah.
Where is that?
It's on one of the islands in the, near Martha's Vineyard.
Okay. Yeah, that's 97.5%. Yeah. Yeah, Carlisle's number 1. Wenham, Aquina, which I think that's Martha's Vineyard. Chilmark is Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of, Nantucket, Lincoln.
Right.
So usually towns that rely heaviest on residential property taxes are towns that have very well-to-do people
Yeah,
that
like
can
us.
afford to not have these other tax sources. We still
Yeah,
have
right. They don't want
still have schools and
Right.
police
Well,
and roads
Right.
and other things.
so this one is already old, but Gosnold, there's something about Gosnold too, whether they even have schools or kids. Population is 77.
Oh, okay.
And they have 144 registered voters, and the school population is 3.
Yeah.
And so it's not clear what they do with them. Take those kids and what? Put them in a bucket?
Yeah.
So this is an interesting document. I actually would like to get a new one of it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
but this percentage doesn't sound, or this fraction doesn't sound right. We are 49th out of 351 towns in the state, And we can take out
There's 48 towns above us that,
for reliance on residential tax.
yeah, I'm not sure what the best wording is.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're making a case for the percentages. If we're 94% and
Yeah, that's what I was.
the state is averaging 82%.
Yeah, I think that is clearer.
Okay,
Okay.
maybe that is a cleaner way of doing it.
Oh, but how, right, okay, so taxes account for residential taxes. That's what it is. For $94 of our 94% of our tax revenue, right? Tax
Is residential,
revenue.
it's residential based.
Residential taxes account for 94% of our tax revenues.
Yeah.
The state average
Is 81.7 or 82.
is 82%. We have a very narrow tax base. That's what I'm thinking, like, so now I have H, explore new revenue sources. Explore new revenue sources. Residential taxes account for 94% of Shutesbury's, not our, Shutesbury's tax revenues. The state average is 82% residential.
Mhm.
Residential. We have a very narrow tax base.
When you is narrow,
Um,
is that the right word?
Yeah, I think people talk about broad tax base and the narrow tax.
Okay, okay. I just, I don't have as much experience with the
What else could-
municipal speak,
Yeah.
municipality speak language,
Yeah.
so you would know better.
We can look at that too. So that's what we have. That's our report. I don't have a reply. Let's see. Information. Oh, here's assessors. Okay, got to print it out because I can't do screens. Apple P. There it is. We can fix these numbers. And then we think we have this report to send out to the committee as a draft.
Yes, and it's on the agenda for Monday's meeting. I put that on the agenda, if we have the time
Well, we just,
to,
and we'll get it out to them ahead of time.
yep.
Okay, so here's Kevin's numbers. Oh, look at that.
This is the guy's up.
He is,
Oh, what?
he is returning to,
He's going back to the old number.
is he? Did he come up with that number? Yes, he did.
Yeah, that's exactly the old number.
Well, no, it's not exactly the old number. It's not this number.
225, 990, 400.
This one is 225, 519, 640.
Too many numbers.
And see, the person that can resolve this is Becky. She's up to her eyeballs.
Yeah, I really try to leave her alone.
I know.
Wait a second. Yeah, this is what I have. That's 25, 990, 400 is the final recap for 21.
Okay, wait, where?
Look on the revenue
I'm
sheet.
getting the revenue sheet. Where is it? It's not
And that's
there.
what,
It's
that's
not
what,
here.
and that's what the 2261 is,
What,
2261 rate is based on.
2261 is based on FY 921, right?
Yeah, that's the final recap. It's not the TM approved, it's the final recap that came
Right.
in in the fall.
Right.
So this is,
So,
Yeah.
but, so when we're going with a proposed
yeah, this number right here.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
But when we got a proposed number
Yeah,
of values, isn't this the number we use to figure out the tax rate? Or do we have to go back here?
no, I think you're right. I think you're right, because
Which?
proposed, yeah, I would think it's
Okay,
the proposed,
but if-
because,
So then this silly box, which says, of this much is residential, this is commercial, we can't break that out because he doesn't have it. He
apparently
has
not,
this one.
well, then that's,
And is that about what you're supposed to use? We could skip the silly box. We could skip breaking it out.
yeah, how important is that? I guess that would be a question. Other than, I mean, I think the important thing is what we just talked about is how we stack up. Yeah, because there's other people looking to see how are we doing with tax bills and tax rates, and if we're going to stack ourselves up with other municipalities in the state, we have to also look at well, okay, a lot of other municipalities, they do have commercial income, they have industrial income, they
Right,
have personal
Property.
property income.
so that's
So,
probably why they
so-
break it out here.
yeah,
On this first page, they have it shown in numbers.
yeah,
We have it as a concern at the end. If
yeah.
we're gonna show it in numbers, how do we get those numbers? Do we use, if we use this one, then we're talking a different tax rate than when we thought it was this number. Because this is the number we
Yeah,
use.
it probably isn't a huge difference. But we don't know the specific number. You know, this is the
Right.
number, this is the number you're trying to get at, how much of it's this
Yep.
versus the rest of these.
Right,
And that, it's probably percentage-wise, it's probably not that different,
mm-hmm,
but we don't know the official number. Let me see how close
So-
this comes to 94%.
so.
Here is 213, 174. 213, 174 divided by 225, 990, 94%. So we say, if we take that same percentage for just a little bit more,
Take 94% of that.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
but it's not
That's-
precision.
close. That's good
So
enough.
it's 227, 227, 578, 578. So it'd be 214, 672. Or
Okay, and then.
215K, if we're doing Ks. I'm sorry, 214,
Oh, wait a minute,
214, 672.
And then some more numbers.
Yeah, 214, 672 K.
Okay, okay. And so then
214,
that
672 K.
times,
So it's like
20
a million additional, or even it's less, yeah, $1.5 million,
so then.
which is probably pretty darn close.
And so then we're gonna multiply that by 23.20 and you'll get this number, the tax revenue, right? You gotta,
23.20 times the number we just gave, that 214,
mhm,
that would just be for the residential
right.
piece.
And that's what this chart was.
Oh, okay, for the residential piece,
Yeah,
it would be,
so 214,672 times 23.2. Okay, this number now is 4980. 4980. Oh, okay.
that's an estimate.
Yeah, we prefaced it with estimate. So let's see. All right, fine. It's 4980. Okay. And did we do, this is just straight revenue. We're not doing, percentages on this part. The percentages come out on the pie graph. No, yeah, yep, they do. Okay, so now commercial, and you want to do that magic again? What percentage? So this is the number of those three added together. Oh, but that's not the numbers he's giving us, because that's not this number.
Okay, so we could subtract,
But see, we're not
we
using this
take-
number.
if we take
I
225,
thought we were gonna use,
if we take 227, 578,
no, I think we're using, oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that,
if we take the 227, 578 and subtract this number from that, then the rest, then you get what
But-
that is.
but we also recognize that, this number is not this number, but we don't care.
Right.
It's really not significant. Okay, so these three numbers add up to this.
Oh, okay.
which you can
Yep.
round to 1.
Yeah, but you don't want those, you want the new one using the 227 and the subtracting 214 from 227,
Okay.
right? Is that what, if you're gonna use
Yeah.
214,
Yep.
if you're gonna
You're
use
right.
that, then you would use
Right. This number. Right.
227 minus that.
Okay. We'll stop that. 5, 7, 8, 4, 4, 3 minus 214, 6, 7, 2, 0.
That doesn't
Now
sound
what did
right.
I do wrong? I can do it this way better. It's 214,672, and this number is 227,578,609,43. Do you have,
I've got 12,906,000. 12,906,000.
so I rounded
which,
this to here.
yeah, which adds up because this adds 10. And this is just over 12 million here. These numbers here.
Okay.
$12,906,000 is the combination of CI and P.
Yeah. Okay.
So what you?
Yep. So 12,9. So we call it 13. Okay.
No, it's 12,906K.
12,9. Oh, yeah. Right. We're already over there.
This is a K here. This
Yep,
is
yep, yep.
214,
Those are Ks.
672 is a K.
Right. So then what did you want to do with that number? You want to multiply it by 2320?
Okay.
Yeah.
To get the tax
Yeah.
from there. And those two numbers should add up to the total tax, right? Theoretically.
Yeah.
12,906. So 12,906 times, what was that again? Was that 20?
2320.
0.22. So 2,994. So is that what, 2 million? Does that make sense? Yes.
Yeah.
What do we have for?
Yeah, because our
What do we have for that's
2 million is a little high. So what was this number? It was 1, 2.
Is this for total tax? Is that what we're talking about?
906 times 0.2320. This generates this much revenue.
Yeah, that's what I have. That's what I got.
What is it? Is it 2 million?
Yeah, that's the,
It's not 2 million. It's I know it's 299,000.
yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah.
K. So that's
Where is this?
come on, baby, go over here. Why are you doing that to me?
That makes sense. Yeah, okay, so it was 225 last year.
2, yeah,
Was CI and P.
so it's 299.
Was
K. Okay, what happened here?
What did you have for residential?
Residential, 4,980,000. Let's go out and have a
These are
beer.
estimates, huh?
Let's be done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I've reached my,
Yeah. And I think I'm
Productivity.
gonna send this to you. You and I'll look it over. If it's ready, we'll put it out for a draft,
okay.
and then we'll be,
22.
and, you know, I think we understand things better.
Progress.
Yeah, control, save. And if anybody asks for the video, they might be a little shocked. That's okay. And we need to check out the excess levy capacity. Okay, so I know, I think I have highlighted here. I'm going to send this to you, email. And let's see, email. Probably. Draft 5.13. Review. Where's the attachment? What the heck is this? Huh. What are you doing? Wow. Oh, I don't know if that's the right one. Yeah, it is. Okay. Want to have a beer?
Can we end our meeting?
Yeah. And nobody showed up. And